Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our viewers joining us on Sky Sports and NBC's Peacock. And welcome back to Barnsley, ladies and gentlemen. Our next contest is scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds, and it's for the vacant WBC International Silver Super Welterweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome to the ring, Joe Laws.
He's high octane, Joe Laws, in every single thing that he does. Taking his opportunity here, I think, to try and get this home crowd really behind him. Capitalise on this support that Callum Simpson has brought and get them cheering his name. He's taking his time here, just soaking this up. Different people, man, go about things differently. Some people would say this is a bit too emotional, you're investing a bit too much energy in this, but this is how he likes to do it.
That's the way he does it. That is an intense guy. He gets very fired up. And he needs that type of energy to perform. Everyone's different. He's 100 miles an hour, he's super hyperactive. He's like one of those kids that's not allowed to drink fizzy pop when they're young or something. He's just manic.
He was testing out the speed of the security.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Stevie McKenna.
Stevie McKenna and brother Aaron are two men who I think it is fair to say were bred for boxing. They are obsessed by it. They are addicted to it. They've travelled far and wide for it. Put the hours in those tough American gyms. He's been sparring Terence Crawford in preparation for this fight. Crawford, of course, he fights later on tonight in Los Angeles against Israel Madrimov. And as you've been saying, Matt, there is an intensity about them, which when you observe it at close quarters, it almost doesn't seem sustainable, and I think for most people it wouldn't be. But again, Laws does it his way, they do it theirs, and it works for them.
Yeah, he's the polar opposite, very quiet, doesn't say a lot. But it's there, you look into their eyes, you can see that intensity in their eyes. Even the dads, the trainer, you can imagine the conversations around the dinner table, can't you? Just boxing, 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 training, training, training. Just these guys literally live it.
Well, most of you at home think that this is going to end inside the distance. You're making McKenna a favourite there. About 2/3 roughly in his favour, 1/3 going for Laws. We shall see.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds and is for the vacant WBC International Silver Super Welterweight Championship. Promoted by Ben Shalom and Boxer and broadcast live worldwide on Sky Sports and NBC's Peacock. Brought to you by our headline partner, Bet365, and our official partners, That Prize Guy and Hell Energy. Our supervisor in charge, Oksana Sevenashina, our area representative, Alan Ulster, our timekeeper, Chris Hancock, and our judges at ringside, Mark Lyson, Glenn Dawson, and John Lona. And referee in charge when the bell rings, Victor Laughlin. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with gold and white trim, he stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 10 stone, 12 pounds, 5 ounces. He holds a professional record of 14 victories versus 2 defeats, with 5 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Bedwell, England, introducing Joe Bedwell the Bomber Laws. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with gold trim, he stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 10 stone, 13 pounds. He holds a perfect, undefeated record of 14 victories versus no losses, with 13 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Los Angeles, California, USA, by way of Monaghan, Ireland. Ladies and gentlemen, Stevie McKenna.
Instructions, remember, obey my commands at all time, defend yourselves at all time. Touch gloves. Touch them now. You touch gloves.
Victor Laughlin, our referee. Nice setting on Oakwell. There's the QR code, give that a scan, get involved in a live scoring of the fight, the live blog. So here we go, this schedule for 10 or fewer in the super welterweight division. Joe Laws in the black comes flying across the ring of McKenna in the blue and gold. Backs him up to the ropes and looks to let his hands go. Big left hook there from Laws, just moved McKenna a little bit and tries to apply with an overhand right. Puts Laws down. Breathtaking start. McKenna screaming at Laws across the ring as the referee has tried to get him to go back to the neutral corner. He's miles away from the neutral corner. Boxing continues and McKenna just piles into Laws again here. Laws swings with a left hook, swings with a right. He's got to try and do something to ride this out here, Joe Laws. Fighting fire with fire is maybe not the best policy. McKenna looking to rein in with rights and lefts, missing as much as he lands. Laws grits his teeth, throws a massive overhand left, and then the referee comes in to split them. There is barely time here, Macklin, to draw breath.
Well, this is literally the epitome of a shootout. Laws comes running across the ring, throwing bombs. I think he's possibly punched himself out here. McKenna unloaded with 2 hands. Big right hand knocks him back to the rope. Back comes Laws.
And Laws again there, who I think might have done something to his foot. He just seemed to be limping slightly over on the far side. Throws another left hand. And we're not even halfway through the first round. McKenna just setting his feet and just flinging in that right hand. Laws trying to dip low at the waist and stay out of the way. McKenna, feet planted wide, just pouring in with both fists. Laws leans in and tries to grab a hold of him. As soon as he does, the referee breaks the two of them up. Big shots! And down goes McKenna. He walks straight onto that one. What a shot from the Bedwell Bomber! And he needed that. It came from absolutely nowhere into the final minute. And now it's Laws' turn to set his feet and swing for the fences. Left hand into the body, digs in the toes, right hand into the body. I'm trying to get a look into McKenna's eyes. He felt that left hand He still hasn't shaken it off. Laws needs to try and pick those punches here. Left hand high on the head.
Tipped him
I think
again.
McKenna felt that one too. 30 seconds remaining in round one. Laws just leads in. Victor Lachlan breaks him. Laws knows that he could almost be on the brink here. Doubles up on the left hand. McKenna answers.
And again.
Right hand from Laws. Closing stages of the round. This has been absolutely unbelievable.
McKenna needs the bell here. Legs are still unsteady. It doesn't even look like he's got any strength in those punches.
Left to the body there from McKenna. Laws swings, looks for the uppercut, doesn't quite land it. 3 minutes of absolute, utter mayhem.
That was the first knockdown. That was a good shot. And that was it. That must have been inside the first 30 seconds. And it looked like it was all McKenna then, really, for the rest of the round. And I think he switched up mentally to his own defenses. And then whacked out with that left hook. He was looking for his own left hook to the body of McKenna. Right hand was low. Got clipped, boom, right on the chin. Went down, and even when he got up, his legs, they were unsteady. And even when at the final bell, walking back, I didn't feel like he was really had his feet underneath him.
So into the seconds, and it'll be fascinating to see if McKenna has managed to recover, because as we say in boxing, sometimes when a fighter gets hit, they stay hit. It can be very hard to shake it off. Laws looking to rip with that left. McKenna digging in with the uppercuts, and these two just go straight back to it. There has not been a second's respite in this fight right from the first bell. It's what we expected. It's what we hoped for, but already it has over-delivered. And Laws again just looking for that hook. He thinks that McKenna is ready to go here, I think, and he's happy to go after it full force. McKenna trying to work to the body, trying to do something to deter Laws, but there's still that shaky look about him, Matt.
I think he's been stunned, McKenna. I think it really has knocked a lot of strength out of him. There was a one low there, I thought, from Laws. McKenna firing back, but he's still...
He's in a daze, isn't he? He's in a fog. He's trying to fight his way through that fog. It's a difficult thing to do. If he can do this, McKenna, then it will be a huge tick in the margin. It really will. Just leaning in, trying to double up on that left hook. They were good shots there from Stevie McKenna. But Laws again backs him up and looks to let his own left hand go. Joe Laws has put an awful lot into this in the first 4.5 minutes, and McKenna now just turns him on the ropes and starts to work his own right hand. Looking for that left again, Laws, but McKenna is having a good little passage here the last 20 seconds or so. He's just managed to turn off the ropes, get Laws back on the ropes, but there again is that left hook, and it rocks McKenna right back onto his heels. He did well to stay up there, because that again was delivered and landed very clean by Laws, who knows that he has the ability to hurt McKenna and to put him down. But the Irishman is showing a lot of spirit, a lot of bottle here to dig in and somehow get through this.
Yeah, he's really digging in deep here, McKenna, because he got shot badly again with that left hook. He leaned in to throw his own left hook to the body. Again, the right hand come down, just like it did then, and he keeps getting caught with the left hook to the head. You know, if I was down in the corner, I'd be saying, do you know what, sack off that left hook to the body. Every time you lean down to throw, you get caught with the left hook counter to the head.
Because the state he's in, McKenna, he's got to somehow try and give those resistance levels a chance to build back up, but Laws just will not let him do it, and McKenna happy to engage himself there. Again, just pushing Laws back to the ropes. Final few seconds of round two, and another 180 seconds of absolutely breathless action. And the people in attendance here are loving every single second of it. Let's have a listen to the corner, maybe. Well, let's have a look at some replays first of all. And you can pick any 20 seconds of the round of replays, can't you?
Almost 3 minutes of the highlight reel, but it's the left hook to the head. We see it there. Again, shut McKenna, because McKenna's leaning down too far here with the left hook to the body, and he's getting, or the left uppercut, and he's getting caught with the left hook to the head from Laws. It was the same left hook which caught him in the first round, which caused the knockdown. So that left hook, to throw McKenna, the left hook to the body. Got to be careful of those shots, because Laws got the shorter arm, the shorter punch. He's beaten to the punch.
Little bit of blood coming out of the nose there for Joe Laws. They both scored a knockdown in that opening round. Laws finished it the strongest, so you would make that his round. That would have been a Laws round in the second round. I doubt that we're going to need the scorecards, but nothing can surprise you in this sport at times. McKenna looking for that uppercut. A slightly clearer look about his eyes at the start of this third round. He takes another left hand there and somehow, again, manages to stay up.
McKenna's got to be careful with his own right glove. He's got to keep that right hand tucked on his chin. He's dropping it too low and he's open for the left hook counters.
Right there for McKenna, caught Laws, and down he goes in that far corner. It seems to land almost on the top of the head. He goes back to the blue corner. I'm not quite sure what's going on here, to be honest. The gum shield has been spat out. He's looking into the corner for something. They're replacing his gum shield, but I think he was looking to try and buy a little bit of time there, Joe Laws, because that overhand right, I think, has really scrambled him, and Laws just comes out to the centre of the ring and looks to throw himself, but he's in trouble here, Laws. McKenna lands a big left hand, plants those feet wide. Laws is all over the place here. Victor Loughlin having a look, but he's not going to step in just yet.
And he can't get too reckless here with his own defences, McKenna, because we've seen this before when Laws is hurt. He's still dangerous.
And there's a right hand followed by a left from McKenna. And Laws is rocking and rolling here midway through the round. He'll do very well to get through this. McKenna just looking to tee off. And he did have a more alert, vital air to him at the start of the round. Down goes Laws again here for the second time in a round, for the third time in the fight. Victor Loughlin has a good look at him. 70 seconds left in round 3. Can McKenna close what has been an utterly exhilarating show? Big right hand there from Laws. Checks the chin of McKenna again. Laws just managing to dip at the waist, but a good combination from McKenna. Finds him once again. He's trying to rip that left hand, but it doesn't land this time. He's stuck on the ropes here, Laws. He knows he has to get off them. And down he goes to a knee, and the towel has come in from the corner. He looks disappointed now, Joe Laws. But Matt Jones wasn't going to let that go on any longer. What a fight we have just seen. A 3-round shootout, the like of which you very rarely see. Laws was down early in that first round, and he was in trouble. Then the equaliser with the left just flips everything on its head. And in that second round, he looked like he might be able to go on and win it. But Matt McKenna came out for the third, and he was revitalised. Put him down with the overhand right, put him down again. He went down to a knee that third time. Joe Laws. Unbelievable.
You know, McKenna, I actually thought was the more hurt of the two in the first round, and even when he got clipped again, and then you could see his defences were a little bit scattered when they were trading off the right hand. That's something he's got to look at. He was getting caught with too many left hooks from Laws. And even in the end, when it looked like the tide had totally turned in McKenna's favour, Laws would still fire back with the odd big, massive hook, and it would just whistle past the chin of McKenna, and you're thinking, wow, you know, it wasn't over till it was over type thing, and I mean, that was a mental fight.
It was carnage, it was mayhem, it was chaos. right from the start. And these are two men of mayhem. That's what they like, that's what they promised us, and that's what they gave us.
They promised it, they gave it, but even at that, it exceeded anything we thought they could. You know, even when we think if they both deliver on what they're saying, we still didn't expect it to be as chaotic as that. To be, you know, literally from the first bell, Laws just came out and initiated war, and McKenna was more than happy to meet him in the middle.
And for McKenna to be able to ride that out and somehow recover, because at the start of the third he looked like he hadn't come back and win the fight, that is quite something.
Yeah, powers of recovery, because like I say, he was, for me, McKenna was the more hurt of the two, but his fitness, his conditioning, he was able to shake it off and come back, and then also put the punches together and get the finish. Again, he just both hands there, let them go, body, head, uppercut, hook, every which way he could possibly land them, he was throwing them.
And that's the second time that he goes down in the third round, and then now he goes down to the knee, and the corner know at that point that the game is up. In comes the towel. Victor Lockman is extremely unlikely to let him continue after a third knockdown anyway. And that drew to a conclusion, an utterly exhilarating, adrenaline-fueled 3 rounds.
Obviously many levels below, but it was like a British Hagler Hearns.
It was. It reminded me of Chris Edwards against Kevin Lushing at York Hall back in the 90s. That was another fight I watched last week for reasons that are not even known to myself. I found myself watching it again, and you see fights like that and they just stay with you because it is such a spectacle. There is just nothing like this sport, nothing like it.
Barnsley, another round of applause for the show these two put on. Referee Victor Loughlin calls a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 36 seconds of the third round, declaring your winner by TKO and the new WBC International Silver Super Welterweight Champion, Stevie the Hitman McKenna.
The belt goes round the waist of Stevie McKenna, 15-0 with 14 knockouts now. But that by far the most eventful fight of an eventful career already. He had to walk through the fires, and Joe Laws made those fires very, very hot. It was an absolute privilege to be ringside to watch that.
This is how a legend gets made.